Every great footballing nation has its story. Brazil has the samba flair. Italy has the defensive steel. Germany, its efficiency. But African too. It has its own footballing giants. And few capture the world's imagination quite like Nigerian Super Eagles. From humble beginnings to shocking the world at the Olympics and World Cups to producing legends like Okocha, they had to name him twice because he was so great. To conquer Papilo, Finidi George the Great, and modern heroes like Victor, the Mask Osimhen. The Super Eagles are more than just a football team. They are a symbol of resilience, flair, and national pride. Today on Football's Untold Stories, we dive into the rise of the Super Eagles. A story of politics, culture, tragedy, and triumph that made Nigeria one of football's most exciting nations. Football arrived in Nigeria through the British colonial influence in the early 1900s. What started as a recreational game soon became a national obsession. By 1940s and 1950s, Nigerian clubs and the regional teams were thriving. The sport became tied to the national identity, especially in the run-up to the independence in 1960. Football wasn't just a game. It was a way for Nigerians to show they could stand equal to anyone. By 1970s, the Nigerian national team, then known as Green Eagles, was beginning to take shape. And then we speak about the birth of the Super Eagles. The nickname the Super Eagles was adopted in the 1980s, represented power, speed, and national pride. Nigeria's first continental breakthrough came in 1980 when they hosted and won the African Cup of Nations, popularly known as AFCON today. Led by Christian Chukwu and Segun Odegbami, I think that's how you pronounce it, Odegbami. The victory was a watershed moment. The win gave Nigerians belief they could dominate Africa and compete in the world. But success wasn't linear. Political instability, corruption, and the lack of infrastructure often held the team back. But we then received the golden generation. In the early 1990s, brought Nigerians' greatest era, the golden generation. Players like Okocha, bro, I keep saying it. He was so great they had to name him twice. Sunday Olise, Capitan. Daniel Mokachi the Bull, Ndidi George, Rashidi Yekini, and Kanu Papilo emerged. These weren't just good players. They were world-class talents who played across Europe. In 1994 AFCON, Nigeria won the second continental title, defeating Zambia in the final. Yekini's iconic celebration, arms outstretched, face pressed against the net, is one of footballing's most enduring images. In 1994 World Cup in the USA, Nigeria's first appearance in the tournament. They stunned the world by topping the group with Argentina, Bulgaria, and Greece. Nigeria beat Bulgaria 3-0, lost narrowly to Argentina, and beat Greece 2-0 to qualify. In the round of 16, they faced Italy, leading 1-0 late into the match. Roberto Baggio broke Nigerians' heart with 2 goals, ending their run. But the world took notice. The Super Eagles had arrived, leading us to the Olympic glory. In 1996 Atlanta Olympics, Nigeria stunned the world again by winning gold medal in men's football. Along the way, they defeated footballing giants. In the quarterfinals, they beat Mexico 2-0. In the semi-finals, came from behind to beat Brazil 4-3 in extra time. In the final, they defeated Argentina 3-2 with Emmanuel Amunike's scoring the winner. This was historic. The first African nation to win Olympic gold in football. The victory inspired a generation, proving that African football could not only compete but triumph on the world stage. And unfortunately, began the roller coaster years. After the highs of the 1990s, the 2000s were turbulent. Nigeria continued to produce stars like Obafemi Martins. Brother, we know him. If you watch Newcastle, you knew. If you watch Inter, you knew. John Obi Mikel, Chelsea. We know about John. Yakubu Ayigbeni. Vincent Nyama, the goalkeeper of epic proportions. But consistency at tournaments were lacking. Political interference and financial mismanagement plagued the Football Federation. Still, Nigeria reached multiple AFCON finals, though often falling short. And then we move to the modern day Super Eagles. 2013 AFCON, Stephen Keshi, rest in peace, coach, guided Nigeria to their third continental title, beating Burkina Faso in the final. It was a reminder of their potential. Nigeria also remained a World Cup regular, qualifying for tournaments in 2010, 2014, and 2018. In the 2014 World Cup Brazil, Nigeria reached the round of 16, led by players like Mikel Eyama and Emmanuel Emenike. They pushed France hard before bowing out in 2014. Today, Nigeria again is a team of stars like Victor Osimhen, Samuel Chukwueze, Ademola Lookman, Wilfred Ndidi are part of a new wave aiming to restore Nigeria to the top. Unfortunately though, the legacy and the cultural imprint is what we need to look at next. The Super Eagles are more than just football. The iconic green kits, especially in the 2018 World Cup design, have become global fashion statements. Till today, people still rock it. Nigeria fans are among the most passionate in the world, creating unforgettable atmospheres at tournaments. The team has inspired not just Nigerians, but African football as a whole, breaking barriers and proving that the global game belongs to everyone. The story of the Super Eagles isn't just one of resilience, it's one of flair and unshakable belief. From the heartbreak of 1994 to the joy of the Olympic gold, to the promise of today's stars, the rise of Nigeria is a story that continues to be written. And as the Super Eagles look ahead to future tournaments, one thing is certain: they can soar. The world stops to watch. When they soar, the world stops to watch. This has been the third episode of Football's Untold Stories. If you enjoyed this journey into the rise of the Super Eagles, make sure you like, subscribe, and join us in the next chapter of Football's Untold History. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.